This video is for those who are new to business, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some of my inspiration and how I kind of think about business and going about it and how to become successful in business. I have an analogy that I want to share, but this video may resonate with some people who have been in business for a while, some veteran business owners, but most people are going to know this if you've been in business for a while. It's pretty obvious. But I wanted to share this message because I thought about this analogy and I thought it was a pretty good analogy. I've been in business since 2006. That's when I first started one of my first businesses. I went to a chamber after hours. That was my very first introduction to business. And I've been in multiple different businesses since then. I run a web design agency called SkyPoint Studios, and we've been in business since 2013, so we're over our 10-year anniversary. I'm not a business coach by any means. I do web design, but I'm very involved in business and I work with businesses all the time. So I help them build their businesses. So I feel like I have a pretty good pulse on what it takes to build a good, successful business. And so I want to share an analogy. So if you're starting out in business, maybe you're just getting out of college and you're young and you're thinking about business as a career, or your second career, you've done corporate world when you're starting out and you're launching your business. This is how I want you to think about it. So I need to use this analogy. Hopefully you've played Guitar Hero or one of those Dance Revolutions games where it has timing that you have to hit the notes in certain timing on it in order to get a high score, in order to pass certain levels. So the analogy I want to use is that success in business is very much like Guitar Hero in the sense that you have to hit the timing of the different things. So when a customer emails you for a request about information about a product, or they message you on social media, the amount of time that you get back to them, with the response time that you get back to them, the closer you can get to good, quick response time, so like less than 20 minutes, that's basically hitting that note right on it. If it takes you 2, 3, 4 hours, or even the next day or a couple days to get back to them, you've missed that note, and that doesn't count as good timing. So timing is everything. Timing when you respond to customers that are calling you and they're asking for a quote. Timing when you receive the payment from a customer and you have to deliver something to them. That timing when you give them an estimate, you say, it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks. You don't necessarily want to take the 2 to 3 weeks, but you definitely don't want to go over the 2 to 3 weeks. Ideally, you come in at a week and a half, so that you're giving them the sense that their project or their product or what they need done for them is a priority, and that you're putting energy and effort into it. So that's hitting the note just right. So that's kind of how it is answering the phone. Answering the phone is a big one in regards to this analogy that I want to use. So if you're not answering the phone regularly, if you're not paying attention to your phone, if your phone is not literally glued to your hip during the hours that the business is open, and somebody, you as the business owner, when you first start out, you're a business owner, you need to answer that phone until you can hire somebody to answer the phone for you. That phone needs to be answered every single time. Doesn't matter if it looks like a spam call. It doesn't matter what you think about that, or you think, I'll just let them leave a message and I'll call them back. That's not hitting the note properly. You need to answer the phone. You need to answer emails. You need to answer text messages. You need to answer messages on your social media, whether it's TikTok, Facebook. Someone messages you on there, you need to get right back to them immediately. And I know this can be stressful. So when you're new in business, you're like, this is overwhelming, because when you have a job, you just get it done when you get it done. And, your job's not necessarily going to reward you for hitting all these things. Sometimes they do. Sometimes you get a raise, and sometimes your boss, but not always. Sometimes you do everything exactly right in a job and you never get a raise. And sometimes you don't hit all those things in a job and you still get the raise. So a job is inconsistent, whereas a business owner, you're really setting your own sail. So hitting all those markers, answering every single phone call, answering every single email, getting back to people immediately, providing a really good service. After you deliver something to somebody and then they come back 2 weeks later and they say, by the way, I just need this little bit done, or I need a little bit more here, or you missed this part, coming right back and boom, and just getting it done immediately is such a big part of what I'm talking about in this analogy about hitting all the notes exactly right, as if you're playing Guitar Hero and you want to be a master of Guitar Hero. You want your business to grow, you just hit all those notes exactly right, and it's a recipe for success. So just get in there every single day and just hit all those notes. Don't worry about too much about the big plan or the big vision. Set your course of making sure every single day you're going to hit all those notes, and you do that day in and day out, and eventually you look back and you have a booming, beautiful business that takes care of you like you took care of it. So this is Joe with SkyPoint Studios. Hopefully this video has resonated with you. Definitely share with me your journey, how it goes, and if you like this analogy or not. And thank you so much for watching my videos. As always, I'll catch you on the next one.